Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back for episode 2 of Old Thinkers. That's the name right now. I'm gonna change it eventually, but I, I'm I'm not good with names, so it's gonna take some time. But for now, it'll be called Old Thinkers. I didn't pick a topic yet in the comments. I posted a video up saying that anyone who's interested in playing a little cash prize or anything. This is just something that I always wanted to do with content, have the viewers be engaged. If you want to comment down below, like, follow any of that, and if I select your topic, yeah, give you a cash prize or anything. And again, following gets bigger, bigger cash prizes, and bigger prizes in general. All right, let's get started. First thing I want to talk about, again, I didn't pick a topic yet because no one commented yet, but I guess we're just going to be rolling off the dome here. That's the best thing, right? Let's see. I was thinking about houses. Now, in this country, it's insane how the average house is like 600K. If we're talking about like a if we're talking about like a regular state like Tennessee or Arkansas, or like just a state that isn't too hasn't gone too much to crap. Like if we're talking about California or Florida or like New York, that 600K average goes to like probably close to a million average, which sounds stupid, but it's true. I've been looking at houses for like over 3 years now, and I seen the price slowly just get to just insanity. But it was crazy. I was thinking, I was like, they have you have to pay $600,000 for a house. Okay, you get a 30-year loan, if you want to be stuck in that. All right, so they want people, they charge $600,000 for the average house in a regular state, but most people don't even make 100K a year. And let's say someone did make 100K a year, it would take you 6 years. It would take you 6 years to have, if you didn't spend a dime, like you would have to save every single dime of that 100K. So you'd have to starve to death, basically. 6 years to get that $600,000. And if we're talking about, taking care of your family, expense all that, it'll probably take you like maybe 9 to 10 years to get that 600K back. Like, you know, and that's insane. And it's crazy how the citizens of this country are accepting that. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Like, I don't consider myself a patriot or a, upstanding model citizen of you, because my brain is, I ain't even thinking about this country no more, honestly. I do love America. I'm not gonna lie. I love the freedom here. Well, now there's not much freedom, but I love the. There's some cool people here. There's some good people, good Christian people here. But in all, I don't see the point in just being here. Like it's a waste of time, money, and stress. You got people stressing every day and caring about a country that don't care about you. Like a country ain't your child, or it isn't like something that you have to unconditionally stand for. Like this is just a piece of land. Like the whole earth is the land that God gave to us. So when something goes to crap and we can't do nothing about it, like you don't have the power to fix it, or some people may think it's cowardly, but I'm getting the hell up out of here. I'm taking my stuff to somewhere, away from the UK, but in Europe, like, a nice little Christian area that's safe, or the Middle East. Oh man, the Middle East is beautiful. Or even like South America or the islands, just somewhere where I don't have to chop off my left arm and sell it to the damn black market just to buy a house. Like it's crazy. Hold on, let me check. This is recording. Okay, it is recording. This is all uncut, so you will see. Yeah, I'm showing everything. I don't cut these. So if I say something that that isn't good, it's gonna be on here. So I don't care about none of that anymore. But Let's see. So, yeah, housing is messed up. Politically, this country is garbage. It's, the citizens are turned. I don't want to say this because I don't know everyone in America, but I'll say that if nah, I won't say that because I don't know everybody here, so I'm not gonna say it. I'll just say that there's no point in staying in a country that just doesn't pertain to you. It seems like America now. I was just telling someone I know, I was like, if you come to America, like, man, anyone who was born outside of America wants to come in, they're gonna take care of you way more than they'll take care of citizens that's been living here their whole lives. Like, there's some people that have been living here for 50 years. Some people even serve the military, which is like, man, like, if I had a country and I was in control of the country and I had a military and people and there was a this would only go like depending on how much you sacrifice. So if I had a military and I had people join that military, go away from their families, sacrifice their lives to fight for my country, boy, I'm reimbursing all those people very, very handsomely. Like it, but here, like, I don't know much about it because I didn't join the military and I never freaking will. This ain't the '60s. I ain't. That's a waste of fucking time. But the, if you join the military now, if you're not gay, you're gonna. It's gonna be a shit show. Like you go there. Let's say you go for 5 years. Okay, you come out. I'm guessing they give you like something, a little bit of money every month. Like, is the money they're giving you, does that cover housing, grocery, and transportation? Like, I'm pretty sure not, because they would have to give you like 10K a month with this messed up economy now. If they're not giving you 10K a month, which I think is fair for anyone who sacrificed years of their life, potentially defending the country and standing on the front lines, like, let's say like the lower branch is like a branch that doesn't have to fight. You're still sacrificing your time, for your country. Is patriotic. So maybe not 10K a month from the lower branches, but maybe like at least six, five, just something to cover everything. Because yeah, you took that sacrifice. Of course, anyone who got court-martialed or was causing trouble, you don't get nothing, because if you go there just to screw around, you don't deserve no money, no way, or no compensation. But damn, these fucking bugs are all over the place. But but yeah, this place is garbage, and I hate to sound like I'm complaining. Again, I'll repeat, I do like America. This is very, I'll say America has some of the best land on the planet Earth. But it's hard. Most people don't know this, but America has some of the best land and soil, and like just it has some of the best land on the planet. But we don't know it because we live the way that they manufactured the society we live in. They made it so we we're like so focused on where we are geographically. So let's say you live in like Arkansas. Okay, you grow up, the way the society is, you're gonna only really know about Arkansas, and you're only gonna really register the area of Arkansas. Or if you live in Tennessee or like, Florida, whatever. You're not gonna really be able to take in the beauty because they slap you with school. They feed you a bunch of garbage, and basically we already know what school is made for. Look, if you've been online, you should know about the Rockefeller quote by now. But they slap you with school. They slap you with useless subjects and useless social, BS. And then by the time you're 18, you slap with a job. And older than 18, you're just trying to live. So all of that, the way that they stress people out, and it takes away the beauty of this country. And I've seen a lot of land in America, and it's like really, really, really nice here. Like other countries have beautiful land, and other countries appear to like have, which they do. There are some places that look even better than America, but not a lot. But it's easier to see the beauty in these other countries because they haven't poisoned their land and people to this magnitude. Like it's not just a cesspool of just garbage everywhere. I mean, just look at San Francisco. Didn't they say that that was like the best city, like one of the best cities in America? Now it's like a zoo. They got a bunch of feces everywhere. Like I thought that was a joke, but that was for real. That's really how it is. Anyone who lives in San Francisco, I'm sorry. Like I feel bad for those people. Or even like places like Memphis. Memphis, oh my goodness. Every time I have been in Memphis, it feels like just a dark cloud of just negativity and just like my head started. I'm like, bro, like what is in this place? I be thinking that they got some damn ritual, demonic, weird BS going on underground or something. Or they got like or we take this into science fiction, they got like a ball, some type of invention to absorb people's soul or energy when you enter the vicinity of that city. It's so bad, man. But yeah, let's stop talking about the bad. Let's talk about something good. Um, let's see, what is something good that's been happening? Well, let's see. Well, I'm not gonna say nothing good in terms of outside events. Nothing good actually. So let's keep talking about bad stuff. Yeah, this country has been coming to a fall like ever since 2014. Honestly, like I remember when I was 14 years old and I first heard about. This was the first step when I knew that I would not I wouldn't. I'm not gonna live my whole life in this country. When they legalized gay marriage, whether you believe Barack Obama did that, we already know that someone else is pulling the strings behind him. I don't know who it was. Well, I do, but I'm not gonna say that. My stuff got taken down for saying the word. I'm not gonna say it, but it's not even like a bad word. It's just I just said a fact. But anyway, yeah, you know, when Barack Obama was in office, the gays got legalized to marry each other, which is weird. I always thought that was weird. Like, if you're a homosexual, do what you want. We have free will. It's weird, but do what you want. A lot of people do weird stuff. But my problem with it is that when you try and, you try and associate that kind of behavior with the norm. So you try and like put it in with the norm, and it just doesn't make sense. So what happens is that you have people who choose to do something, perverted in mind, because it is perverted in mind. Because in order to be a homosexual, you have to think in your brain. You have to be like, hey, I want to bend over for a guy, or I want to have sexual relations with a man, which is weird and it is perversion because it only has to do with that kind of interaction. Like men cannot romantically love another man. That is a fact. And I don't care if you disagree with that. That's true. It's just biology. That's how God created us. A man cannot look at another man and have those same sparks and same that cosmic energy that intertwines you and a woman. A man can't have that with another dude. Like we got like bros and we got like good friends and the homies. That's it. But we don't got no cosmic love binding weird. No, 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 no. With a woman, when you find a woman you love, you got like this. There's like a unexplainable energy and force that attracts you to that woman. Like not even just her appearance. It's like something that you can't explain or see that is attracting you to that one. That's called instinct. God put that in the man so he can reproduce, so we can keep so humans don't go extinct. If he didn't put that in us, I'm pretty sure humans wouldn't last that long. That would be a failed creation. Like same with animals. Animals aren't as intelligent as us, so it's like more quick with them. They just like, hey, bend over dog, and then the female dog lets the male dog have, do what he wants. But with humans, look, because we're more intelligent and we're more civilized. So, we still have the instinct though. But a man and a man and a woman and a woman, with the homosexuality, you can't have that. And I'm not bashing gays and lesbians. I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying, the truth. And you don't need what's the bullcrap the excuse that people use now? Like you need a freaking master's degree or a PhD in bullshitology to say simple understanding. Like, bro, that's pretty simple. Take a 7-year-old boy. He, by the time you're like 7 or 8, you already want to impress the girl in class. You don't want to impress her because she's a girl. You want to impress her because God put that instinct in you to be cosmically intertwined with the opposite sex that He created for the man to and woman to reproduce. Like it's as simple as that. Like, you know, men and women intertwine together sexually to reproduce. There's no complication. Like it's as simple as that. When you add all of this extra weird perversions and fetishes and all that stuff. Again, I'm not bashing nobody with that. I don't think people who have fetishes or like weird perversions or kinks, like gay people, foot fetish people, or whatever fetish you have. I don't think those people are terrible people, unless you're trying to force it on children, or if you're like going to children for that. Then you need to get your head chopped off. That's some weird stuff. But yeah, it's I'm just stating the facts here. But yeah, just wanted to stir the pot a little bit on that one. I like talking about stuff. For the record, on this podcast, genuinely, I like talking about stuff that people are too afraid to talk about, too afraid to say, and that really pisses people off. Because I think that a lot of people are pussies nowadays. They don't want to talk about this stuff. They think it's like a uncharted territory. I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna talk about whatever the hell I want. It's, again, God gave me life to do as I please as long as I do not harm others. So I'm going to say what I want. Words cannot harm you. If you get offended by words, focus on your own life. Don't worry about what someone else is saying. Just focus on bettering your own life. Take care of your people. But yeah, let's see what else. But yeah, this country, ever since 2014, I seen that and I was like, damn, this ain't gonna be it 30 years from now. And it has taken, like, let's talk about movies. Man, like I remember when I used to watch movies, man. Like were like movies were so good. Like it was an unspoken just artistic value to them. Like it would be the simplest thing. It would just be a dude, let's say someone like Denzel Washington. Like that dude will just come on the screen and just be on the screen, just say something that's real generic, but because he's such an amazing actor, he's such an artist in his craft, like that's when you call acting an art, when you can do what he does. Or like how I'll even say someone like Chris Evans, the guy who played Captain America. That guy, even though I'm not a big fan of the Marvel movies, that dude is an artist in his craft. All of those people who played in the Marvel movies are pretty good actors. They're just, they're not playing in the best of roles now. But you know, the OG, Tom Cruise, all the OGs, man. Like even John Travolta, like that guy. I remember if you seen Pan, Phantom 123 or Plantum, I don't know what it's called, but it's a train movie. It's called like Plantum 123 or something. And his performance in that was excellent. Very, very good. Or even like Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves isn't a phenomenal actor, like phenomenal meaning like he is just like the best of the best. He's really good though. And Al Pacino is, oh man, speaking of that, The Irishman, that's pretty recent. I don't think movies got bad because time went on. I think movies got bad because all of the people who wanted to make movies like for fun and like was like put their heart and soul to it, they're not really there no more. They're not really in control of the directing and the casting. It's mainly either their children or business people who are in charge. And the thing about business people is that they're gonna do whatever brings money in. So they don't care about the movie being good. They care about what brings money and attention, shock value, buzz, all the stuff that brings money in the box office, but not quality to the movie. And a while ago, not too long ago, you couldn't do stuff like that. Like if you upset people or did something just trying to make money with only money on your mind, in terms of making movies, video games, all that, your game wouldn't it wouldn't drive because people weren't so gullible and just what's the word for that? I'd say gullible and just naive. But now it's so easy to um, control the masses now. Like you just slap. What's an example? These stupid ass Marvel shows they're making now. Like, oh man, like some of them I'm pretty sure aren't horrible, but if you like, your work shouldn't get worse the more you dwindle on. I know that that's a common thing now. Like for some reason, if you make a movie, you have to the sequels and the ones that you make after and after. It's pretty common for them to be worse, but it don't gotta be like that. Look at Iron Man. Like Iron Man was the first like real takeoff into the MCU, but there are a bunch of movies after Iron Man that are better than Iron Man. Like if we're talking about nostalgia though, no. But if we're talking about like quality and movie itself, yeah. But yeah, movies got worse. Let's all Spider-Man. Oh man, I'm gonna get some heat for saying this, but I hate the new Spider-Man. I know everybody got to say they love him to fit in whatever, to appease people. I don't like him. He's good he's a good geek. He could play in another movie as like a nerd or something. And Tom Holland can even play any character because the guy's a good actor. But he isn't a good Spider-Man because it's just too many. Maybe I'll rephrase that because it ain't his fault why he was acting like that, what he was playing, because he's not the one who is in control of the script. I'll rephrase it. The whoever wrote the script and whoever was directing him, like, they had him not play a good Spider-Man to me. Like, I liked Andrew Garfield's and Tobey Maguire's a lot better. And the movies of themselves were like way better. So yeah, but bro, what is it? Oh, that's a dragonfly. I'm like, I keep seeing stuff flying around me. Yep, that's Tennessee for you. But yeah, the what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Tom Holland. Tom Holland, his Spider-Man was trash to me because he was too goofy. Zendaya and the other dude was too fucking goofy too. I was watching the movie. I was like, bro, can y'all shut up, man? Like, my God, like I'm trying to enjoy the movie. They gotta crack a joke every 5 seconds. Like I'm like, that's not how comedy works. You shouldn't have to try so hard. And I know that the Marvel movies are appeasing to the younger group now, which is kind of dumb because the people who started watching Marvel, like they're like almost they're in their late 20s or 30s now. But I mean, if that's what they're doing, sure. I mean, they made their money, so. But I'm just saying the truth that Tom Holland's Spider-Man was garbage to me, and that the only Spider-Man movie that I liked with Tom Holland was that No Way Home. And yeah, I'm gonna say an old head thing right now. It was only because Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were in it. When they killed off Aunt May, I didn't even care because I was like, I mean, it's cool to set serious tone, but y'all done crack jokes almost the whole movie, and then the movie didn't have the charm of that. Like there are certain movies, shows, and entertainment that you can watch where there's like a funny moment, and then it'll just cut to something dark, and it'll work. But that movie, it just didn't work because I can't take them seriously. And that's another thing too. In that role, I just can't take him seriously. So when he was getting upset and mad, making the mean Spider-Man, I was like, okay. I took Tobey Maguire. Okay, let me stop playing. Well, no. I took Tobey Maguire's more seriously when he got upset, but I was younger. That's the thing. I think if I watched it, even if I was an adult and watched it back then, nah, never mind. The meme. and this is the thing too. People trash on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had like 30. Am I tripping? I said 30 years. No, not 30 years. It had 20 years for people to have that soak in, for them to make fun of, for them to make memes about. The Spider-Man movies, the other ones are relatively new, like 8 years old. The Tobey Maguire's have all this room for criticism. It has more time to soak, and you still got people saying that those are the goated movies, and I agree. Older movies just hit different, man. Like I remember, this is an animation movie, but if anybody watches anime, you know what Sword of the Stranger is. Y'all got If you don't know what that is, type it in. Even if you don't watch anime, watch that. Sword of the Stranger is amazing. That's such a good movie. Like and that's an example of just someone being good at their craft. Because the movie has no it just it doesn't explain a lot. There's not a lot of exposition. There's not a lot of like world building or anything. I mean, it's a movie. They can't spend too much time on that. But they don't. It's a very simple movie. Like it's not complex. There's no real effort to make it complex or make it interesting. It just is. Like they don't need they like when they made that movie Sword of Strange, they didn't even need to try to make the movie interesting. It was just that good. And I think that's what older movies were able to, or like Iron Giant. Bro, the Iron Giant, there is nothing super like extremely fascinating about that movie. But for some reason, like anyone born when I was born, or even like if a newer person watches it, you're gonna be sucked into that movie. It's because those people knew what they were doing. They knew how to make movies, animated and real life. Like these people were just they were masters in their crafts, and now you got a bunch of business people and people pleasers making movies now. Like you can't even say the word faggot in the movie anymore. I know that that's not a necessity, but when making a comedic, let's talk about comedy movies. You can't even make a comedic movie anymore because of the fact that you can't say stuff like faggot. You can't say stuff like I'm not gonna say the word. You can't say you can't make any racist jokes really. Like you can if you talk about black people. Apparently, I've seen that, and everybody loves that. I don't know if they could do that in movies, but I just noticed that that's okay. But you can't talk about Asians, or you can't talk about. Let's talk about that for. What is the new weird obsession and fascination with Asians? Like, I remember like 12 years ago, like I'm not even gonna say 12 years ago, like not too long ago, people weren't um, people weren't riding on Asians' tips like this, like they are now. I know why. Like in terms of like people being more accepting, that's cool. I mean, I accepted every race of people since I was born. I never had any prejudice, none of that. There are certain races of people who are annoying to me, but I'm pretty sure there are certain races that find black people annoying, which is cool. I I don't even blame them, but there are certain races of people that I'm not big fans of, but I don't hate anybody. You know what I mean? Everybody has that race of people that they don't like. Let's just be let's just be honest for a second. Like let's stop acting like everyone's a white knighted saint. Oh, I love every. No, you don't. You don't have to literally hate someone's guts to not like them. Like some people just don't like certain things. That's cool. As long as you don't disrupt their peace and anything. I'm not powerful enough to disrupt no one's peace. But anyway, Asians, I see it they're getting, and I just see it as such a disgrace too, because you got like real Asians, like, and I'm about to explain what I mean by real Asians. You got real Asians like Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, Jet Li, everybody knows the OGs. Or like the guy who played in Red. If you've seen the Red movie, Asians like that, real Asians. But now they're starting to like glorify these like weird chalk Asian people, and by chalk I mean pale, like damn, like sheet of paper pale. But it's not even just about the paleness. It's about just like the whole obsession and I don't know. It seems forced. Like, why do you have to force yourself to convince yourself that you like these people, either whether you like them or don't. I would believe the person who is just straight up and says, I don't give a fuck about Asians. I don't give a fuck about nobody. I'm just chilling. I believe that person before I believe, oh my, we have to be very considerate for, I see the Asian and Pacific Islanders Awareness Month. Is that what it's called? I forgot. It's some stupid made up holiday, but you need a holiday. I never really agreed for Black History Month, and I'm black. Like, it was stupid to me. I'm like, if y'all want to do something special for black people, why don't y'all help us, since we don't have the infrastructure to do this, or the damn team, we don't have no teamwork in our community. Instead of Black History Month, why don't every February of the year, y'all like open like maybe 10,000 factories? Not 10,000. That's way too many. They ain't gonna do that. This ain't no black country. But like 100 factories or something, or like maybe 500 factories, or just like more opportunities for black people to thrive instead of just talking. I hate when they do that. When you got these silly fools who are like, oh, let's be considerate of black people. Let's have respect for them. I'm like, y'all don't got no respect for us, man. Like, and see, a lot of people mistake racism for us. Like, they'll say, oh, it's racist times now because of stuff white people. I'm like, bro, I don't care what white people say about us. What I'm talking about is what they're doing. And I'm talking about the democratic people, the people who claim that they, care about black people. They don't. If they cared, then we wouldn't be having the job crisis that we're having. We wouldn't be having the family crisis that we're having. Now, I gotta admit, a lot of it is on us. Slavery don't affect black people no more. Let's be honest. Slavery does not affect us no more. What we're doing now is completely on us. And the reason I say slavery doesn't affect us anymore is because in the 60s, the 1960s, or let's say the 50s, the 1950s was way after slavery. So it wasn't, super long after, but that's my point. It wasn't even that long after slavery. And I think Jim Crow was still going on. There were black people. The black community was better off back then. Like, I mean, yeah, you couldn't walk out at night. I don't know why you would want to do that anyway. Even today, like, you could still get killed by a cop or some guy who just don't like you. Or maybe even a black guy would just kill you at night. But my point is that in the 50s, 60s and all that, or maybe even the 70s and 80s, I would say, there were a lot of black people who were well off. Like, there weren't a lot of us who were struggling as bad as now. And anyone who disagrees with that, you got to think, if things are more expensive now, who is that going to hurt? It's going to hurt the people who don't have the generational wealth or didn't have the inherited assets that the other generation had. And we don't have that as black people. But back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, there were a lot of black people who passed things down to each other. And we had like more of a family, just a structured family. Like, it wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than it is now. Now they have social media to divide us. Like, I see black people fighting against others. I'm like, bro, y'all are stupid. Hey, you can have your beef. And this is another thing, too, black people can have beef. But I think we have like a unspoken hatred for each other, and it's just stupid to me. Like, I would love it if I could just like joke around with a black guy, talk shit about him, just like, what guys do, and then like we have each other's back. Like, come on, everybody else can do it, but we can't. We gotta like be all sensitive and be a little pussy about everything. Hey man, who the fuck do you think you talk? We gotta be, have this feminine energy towards each other, just always angry at each other, and ah man. And that's another thing. A lot of black men now, like, I don't know if they put it in the food. We already know about, if you've been on the internet, you probably know about the experiments and all the drugs and the stuff that they're doing with the food and pharma, potentially targeted towards black people, to target our testosterone. If you have a weak black man, we already know that the dads in the house is the thing that creates structure in the family. If you get rid of that, you just have a big ass man child who acts like a little female, sensitive. You're gonna be like, son's gonna, or he just dips. You know the stereotype, black no dad. So, it's pretty obvious what they're doing. But yeah, oh man, this episode, whew, if you can't handle the heat that I talk about, don't watch this. I wouldn't recommend anyone who is a pussy or who, just can't handle the truth to watch this or follow me. And I don't blame you, honestly. And that's another thing. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, like anyone who wants to chime in, talk. Eventually, what I want to do is have it to where I have people call in, like Dave Ramsey, except like not do the bullshit that he does, like actually communicate with viewers. Man, that would be so fun, just to debate with people and just see how people think. I'm not the best debater, and my the stuff that I say isn't 100% true because no one knows the truth. I just say what I believe, and based off of evidence and stuff that I've seen. I'm only, I'm not that old, so maybe when I'm 40, I can learn a lot more than I know now. But anyway, yeah, in the future, if I have like people call in or have like special guests or whatever, that would be amazing. And then we could like talk about stuff. I can piss them off, and then they can get all mad. But yeah, if you don't like this kind of stuff, I wouldn't recommend watching it. I'll put a warning if I remember. If I don't, then I just won't. But yeah, that'll be it for today. This is a short episode. I don't have really amazing equipment yet. I'm just using my phone and a mic. But as we get more followers and more traction, yeah, we'll see what happens.